just from there. This is the clicker, and I'll just leave this here so you can.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. So
Wonderful.
all right. To you.
Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Yes, this is good. This is good. Good afternoon. Thanks for having me. Thanks. Sorry?
The microphone is for the camera, so if you can put it.
Where do you want it? Where's optimal?
This one here.
Right there?
Yes.
Okay.
Right there.
Well, you would know best. You're the sound engineer. You're the musician in the room. So, thanks for having me. Thanks to MKU and Disrupt, of course. I am Jordan Legg. I'm the Chief AI Officer for Takara. We build AI and ML applications. I run the AI and ML teams there, as well as I'm a community researcher here for AI on their multilingual team. I help build some of the models like IA23 and 101 to really bring lots of underrepresented languages to language models. And so today, what we're going to talk about is something that everyone can do. And it's something that's so powerful for everybody. And it's how to talk to LLMs. It's how to get the most out of them, how to be efficient with them, and how to get really good answers out of them. So what we're going to talk about is 4 techniques today. Let's just go here. And that's because I want to keep it condensed. 10 minutes after this talk, if you want to ask me questions, whatever, please do. And the 4 techniques we're going to talk about today is shot learning, where we're giving examples of what we want things to do. Chain of thought, trying to make LLMs think. Attention weighting, which is for text to image models. And instruction following, which is something that maybe you already have done before. So our first one is called one or few shot or many shot learning techniques. And this is where we're trying to give the model examples of what we want it to do. And many people often ask me, I use ChatGPT, I use Claude, I use an LLM, and it doesn't sound right. It sounds like a robot. Well, the great solution to that is go, well, take something that you've written before, maybe it's a LinkedIn post or whatever, or if you're doing data analytics on an Excel spreadsheet or you're making a project plan, take something you've made before and go, okay, here's an example, and you input that example. And then you say, right, I want you to make a project example, or I want you to make a blog on this new topic or on this new thing. And you find that those answers come out much, much, much better. And that's super easy for you to do. All you have to do is just copy and paste it right into the context window. And it's dead easy, dead easy. And that takes something from something very generic, that looks like and sounds like it was made by ChatGPT, and something that technically I don't think anyone could really say it was made by AI at all. It sounds like you. So the difference between like 1 and few and 0 and many is the amounts of examples that you give it. So 0 shot is something where you're relying just on the model knowledge itself. And then 1 shot is 1 example, 2 shot, 2 examples, many is very many. And if you can imagine, the more shots you give it to a certain extent, the better the results will be. And of course, there are diminishing returns to that. Don't give it like a 300-page book and expect it to just like reciprocate that straight away. So next up, we've got my favorite use of prompt engineering, and that is chain of thought. Now, chain of thought comes from this amazing research paper called Chain of Thought Prompting Elicits Reasoning in Large Language Models. And they found that if you use this technique, the model seems to actually exhibit reasoning and thinking before it gives you the answer. And if you can do that, the accuracy of those answers or the quality of those answers go up significantly. The answers can be twice as good, especially in math. And so what we're doing here in my point 2 here is we're saying, please solve the following problem step by step, explaining your reasoning at each stage before providing the final answer. And it's that explaining bit. So what we're trying to do is when you see the answers come out, it will go, okay, I'm thinking about this, I'm explaining this, these are my steps that I'm taking, and then it gives you that answer. And because it's explaining that at runtime, the answers are much better. And we can see actually an example of this. So in this paper, we can see that it got the answer wrong at the bottom of this first standard prompting. The math answer was wrong. It says 27. But in the chain of thought prompting version, the math is correct. And so we see how you can instantly scale the performance of this model. And these techniques are agnostic to LLMs, right? You can use them with any model, and they all seem to perform much, much better. Just a take of hands. Has anyone used O1 Preview from ChatGPT? Okay. So that is OpenAI building chain of thought directly into the model to try and build on this using reinforcement learning and other things. And you can see its thinking steps as it goes. Claude also has that same thing. So these things, this is my favorite one because you can take something which is just like, make me a blog post, into make me a blog post and explain your steps as you go, and you get a much better answer almost instantly, and it takes absolutely no effort on your end. Next up, we've got another one that's very, very specific, but if you're in the creative industry and you're making images, or if you're making videos, or if you're doing anything creative like that, attention weighting is an amazing way to add more guidance into what you're doing, right? Because a lot of these models, I've got to be honest, are quite stupid. Compared to like a big LLM where you can give it like 128,000 tokens worth of stuff, something like Stable Diffusion or Midjourney or one of these ones, the maximum token range is 77. 77 tokens, divide that by 3, that's how many words you get. And it's not the same. It's not like put a pig in this, but don't put any cats. It's more difficult. But in this attention weighting, what you can do is you can add brackets around words, and that multiplies the attention to that word. So it's going to give you more guidance. So you can say, I want mountains in the image, and I don't want forest. And we can go into the way this works next. I can show you a difference. So the difference is very subtle with this particular model. But the first one is, I've got a forest with river and mountains, and then the next one I've got a forest in double brackets with a river in brackets, and then mountains in square brackets. And so I'm trying to get rid of some of the mountains, I'm trying to get more forest, and I'm trying to get just a little bit more attention on the river. And you can see the differences are subtle, but that's not changing the wording at all. That's just adding, as I said before, these rules here. And you can also use numerical attention as well with Stable Diffusion to add even more guidance by saying, I want to multiply this by a certain multiplication factor. So lastly, we've got something that everybody uses, and that's instruction following. So you've probably already done this, which is you give it an instruction and it follows it. So imagine, make me a wonderful LinkedIn post about a presentation I saw on prompt engineering. And then this instruction following can actually be multiplied with the other techniques that we've had today. So the instruction following can also have shot learning in it. That shot learning in it can also have chain of thought in it. So you can build all these things together until you get something that's really, 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 really powerful for your use case. And so hopefully today you can go away immediately with any LLM and use it more efficiently and better than you have done before. And I hope that was good on time. I've got 3 minutes. Wicked. Thank you so much. If you'd like to check me out, I'm on LinkedIn. I'm always posting really weird and wacky stuff of what I'm doing at work. Loads of open source things that I'm doing. I've got like 25,000 images that I've made using things like Stable Diffusion. I'm a big, big fan of multimodality, audio, all that sort of stuff. Please come and check me out and see what we're doing at Takara. If you'd like to build something really massive and really powerful, come and say hello to Takara anyways, and we'll build you something that is usually state-of-the-art or very close to. And thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Great.
Thank you very much.
No worries.
Right. Switch on. Good. Nothing explodes. Good. Right. So we have now. Where is Iman? Where is Iman? Yes.
Well, I didn't know the running order. It was on earlier, but I didn't get a photo.
Yeah, right. I think. You need to use this one for the camera.
Can I use both?
You need to use both.
Brilliant.
That is for the video card, and this is for the room.
Does this one work better for the room? Because then I can use the clicker.
No.
Oh, okay.